I'm babysitting black-eyed children. This wonderful new series is written by Reddit user RoseBlack2222. Grab your coffee, sit back and enjoy the show. This is some fucking bullshit. Okay, so I work primarily as a babysitter, but with what's been going on, I haven't been getting any business. That was until yesterday. I got an email requesting my services to watch some kids for the weekend. I replied that I'd love to, provided their kids are healthy. I also informed them due to the circumstances, I'd need half my pay in advance. They agreed to it and said they'd drop them off at 8. I made sure to clean up before they arrived. I was getting through with the vacuuming when I heard my doorbell ring. I turned off my vacuum and told them to come in. "Hey," I said, coming down the stairs. "Don't worry, your kids will be safe with me. I just need to know if there's anything important I should know about." My voice trailed off when I saw who was inside my house. Standing in my living room was a family of 4, a dad, a daughter, mom and son. All of them had deathly pale skin like they hadn't seen the sun in years. That wasn't what made my blood run cold though. It was their pitch black eyes. The instant I saw them, I got an overwhelming urge to run out of the house. The problem was, they were right at the bottom of the stairs. I thought about running back up and jumping out of a window, but I doubted a broken ankle would increase my chances of escape. Besides, they weren't technically doing anything to harm me. I figured my best course of action was to talk to them. "Can I help you?" I hesitantly asked. "I'm the client you spoke with earlier," the dad said. "Wait, what? You guys are... but you're..." "Aliens, demons, monsters, we've heard it all," the mom said. "I'm Eliza. This is my husband, Norman, our daughter, Louise, and our son, Abraham. Anyway, now that we've gotten the formalities out of the way, we need you to watch our kids for 5 days while we take care of something." "5 days? But he said that it'd only be for the weekend," I said, pointing to Norman. "And it doesn't matter anyway. I want you out of my home." I pointed to the door. "You aren't in any position to be making demands. If you don't want to comply, however, we can show you what happens to our prey," he said. "And what would that be exactly?" I replied, trying to call his bluff. Norman made a choking motion with his hand. Instantly, I felt like a vice was crushing my windpipe. Okay, fine," I choked out. "I'll watch them." "Good," he said, releasing me. I rubbed my throat. "I want the first half of my pay though." Without words, the mom reached into her purse and pulled out a large stack of $100 bills. "If you do a good job, then there's more where this came from," Eliza said. "But if we come back to see so much as a scratch on either one of them, no hell than you could think of will compare to what we'll do to you." "Yeah, got it," I softly replied. "Good," Norman smiled. His straight white teeth looked out of place in him. "See you in 5 days," he said, and left with Eliza. Words can't describe how awkward the silence was as the kids and I looked at each other. "So, is there anything you guys need?" "No, thank you. We'll let you know if we do," Louise said. "Right, I'll be in the kitchen if you do." For the first few hours, nothing really happened. They just sat on the couch and watched TV. That all changed around midnight. I was on my laptop when I heard one of them come into the kitchen. It turned out to be Abraham. "Do you need anything?" He stared at me for a couple of moments with his soulless black eyes. "We need you to take us somewhere," he told me. "But everything's closed." "Not what we need to go. Don't worry, it won't take long." We went in my car and I began driving us out to the neighbourhood. "Where are we headed?" I asked. Just keep going. We'll let you know when we're there, Louise said. The place we went to turned out to be a cemetery. I'm afraid to ask, but why are we here? I inquired. Our parents gave us specific tasks to do while they were gone. The first one is here. Right, and what exactly is it that you are supposed to do here? Follow us. Can't I wait here? We need you to come. If you don't, we'll tell our parents you hurt us. But... Fine. I got out my car and quietly closed the doors. We walked into the graveyard, which was dimly lit by some lamps. Abraham and Louise looked around. There, Abraham said, pointing to the tallest gravestone. What do you need from here? I asked once we walked to it. Louise pointed to a shovel resting on a nearby stone. Dig, she told me. Are you crazy? I'm not digging up someone's grave, I said. Before either of them could reply, we heard someone yell at us. What do you think you're doing? A man called to me. It turned out to be the groundskeeper. He was too far away to make us out completely. We're just passing through, I called back. Then why are you holding my shovel? And why are you parked outside? I thought it looked cool and kind of spooky here. And the car's not mine. Really? Then I guess you won't mind if I had it towed. No, wait, I pleaded. Aha, so you admit it, he smugly said. Okay, you got me, but it isn't what you think. Then what are you doing here? I need to dig up this grave. I realised saying that didn't help me look any better the moment the words left my mouth. You're doing what? The groundskeeper asked, raising his voice. That's it, I'm calling the police. No, wait, I said, but he was already taken out of his phone. That was when Abraham and Louise began approaching him. At first, he told them that they shouldn't be at the graveyard. When they got closer, however, he stopped talking. A look of fear came over him, and he tried running away. The children began levitating off the ground, like ghosts. They flew towards the groundskeeper and caught him with ease. Despite him being larger than them, they were able to hold him down with ease. I rushed over to them to try stopping them, but I was too late. When I reached them, I didn't understand what I was seeing at first. My mind registered it, after a couple of seconds though. Some sort of black inky substance was shooting out of the kids' mouths. It covered the groundskeeper, making him look like a shadow within a solid presence. I could hear him screaming as he was being suffocated by it, although it was muffled. When he finally fell still, ending his torment, the kids took the stuff off of them. They did it by breathing it back into themselves. You know how the tape's victims look after Samara kills them in the ring? The groundskeeper's face looked similar to that, the only difference being the fear that was plain in his eyes. I handled it like most people would, by freaking the fuck out. What in the name of all that's sacred did you do to him? I cried out. We stopped him from interfering by exposing him to the essence, Abraham said. I don't know what that means, but now we have a corpse to deal with. I was on the verge of tears. Then it's convenient that we are in a cemetery, Louise said. Now I suggest you continue with what we came here to do, if you don't want to meet the same fate as him. I reluctantly dragged the groundskeeper's body to the tombstone, then began digging. Happy place, I'm in my happy place, I sobbed as I did so. I opened the coffin to reveal the skeleton of a man who had been buried with some golden items. This included a gold-handed dagger, a gold-framed hand mirror, and a golden pocket watch. Grab him and his things, Abraham said. Oh, come on. You want me to steal a corpse? We do. Louise said. I sighed and picked it up. After I got it out, I threw the groundskeeper's body in the coffin, then put the lid over it. As I was closing it, I glanced at the inside of the lid. Disturbingly, there were some scratches on the inside of it, and what I figured was dried blood. I drove us back. Nobody said a word the entire time. I tried not to think about the fact that I had just witnessed a man get murdered and that there was a long dead corpse in my trunk. When we got back, the kids went down into the basement with the corpse and the things we took from it. They haven't come up in a few hours, so I've managed to type this up in the meantime. I've dealt with some poorly behaved kids in my time, but Abraham and Louise are a bit much for me, and I have to deal with them for another 4 days or so. Does anyone know any tips that might help me out? Wow, that was an epic first episode. If you enjoyed listening to this instalment, be sure to pop over to the author's Reddit profile, RoseBlack2222, and drop them a line and tell them what you think of their story. The link to their Reddit profile will be below in the description. Be sure to also check out their Patreon for even more stories. The link to their Patreon will also be below. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed my narration, then please feel free to like and share the video, leave a comment below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and tap that notification bell and then select all. That way you'll receive all notifications each time I upload a new video. Have you had any cryptic sightings, paranormal or supernatural encounters, or even had a creepy or terrifying situation you would like to share? Have you written a CreepyPasta story you would like me to narrate? You can submit all your stories to cryptidsroost@gmail.com. If you wish to remain anonymous, that's not a problem. I will honour your wishes. Now I also have a new Facebook group, Twitter, Reddit and Discord. Again, all my relevant links will be below. If you would like to support this channel and help make it grow, my PayPal is paypal.me/Cryptids Roost. Again, that'll also be listed below. And don't forget, where fear is, happiness is not.